This is the story of a plumber named Mario. Mario worked for the player, doing exactly as he was told. The player presses the A button, and Mario jumps. The player presses the B button, and Mario punches. The player presses on the joystick and Mario runs forward. But one day, Mario waited and waited, but there was still no input from the player. So, Mario decided to investigate, find out what happened to the player, but who would know? The princess. She would surely know, Mario reasoned. So, Mario went through the castle's front doors to find the princess. Of course, silly me. Why would any sane person go through the front entrance, when you can risk certain death and take the secret door for the less direct entrance? So, Mario enters the castle through the secret door. But, as much as there is such an urgent matter to attend to, there are even more pressing needs, like having a bath. One must look and smell the very best for royalty, and as her title implies, the princess could be considered to be royal. After Mario had a bath in the moat like any normal Italian plumber hero, he was more than ready to enter the castle and find the princess. And indeed, you could also use the cannon that you spent so many hours unlocking. Why not, Mario? You've earned it. But there's no one here to greet you, Mario, like a subtle hint you shouldn't be here. Perhaps, I dare say, it's best you now enter the castle. And by enter the castle I meant, learn the ability to fly rather than safely get to ground level. You know, Mario, there are far more graceful ways to get from the castle roof back to the grass. It's almost like you want to see how much health you can get away with losing. And, like a majestic bird, Mario shoots out of the cannon. Time is of the essence. We don't even know if the princess is around, and here is Mario taking on his greatest enemy, collision. Look what happens when you can't follow basic instructions, Mario. That's why you leave it to the player to decide what you should do. Now you're stuck. And so, Mario forever gets stuck behind a door, never to find the princess. If only the player would come back. So, Mario went through the castle's front doors to find the princess. Ah. The princess's castle, and what's that I hear? Yes. Copyright-free music. Nintendo will have a hard time taking us to court. Where could the princess be? Isn't this her castle? Of course, Mario will check out Bob-omb Battlefield, the home of Big Bob-omb. So, Mario entered the Bob-omb Battlefield room. With no time to lose, Mario hurried through the painting as if catapulted by sheer love for adventure. Oh, that's right, you need to read up on the moves first. It's not like you've had many years of video game experience. Mario enters the Bob-omb Battlefield painting with great speed. Ah, Bob-omb Battlefield. Surely we will find answers here, right, Mario? Yes, Mario, that's a Bob-omb, a highly explosive enemy. Go ahead, pick one up, I'm sure you'll be just fine. See, you can trust me, Mario. Why, I think the Bob-omb likes you. Oh dear, that's what you get for listening to the narrator.
So, Mario decided to learn what had happened to the player. Would his good friend Peach have the answers? So, Mario went into the castle to find Peach. Mario, being the clever person he is, headed for the cool mountain course. For where else would a princess want to spend her time? It was so cold that Mario headed to the cabin. My, that looks like a little penguin. How cute. She must be lost and need help finding her parents. Why, Mario, you should carry her to safety. Clearly careful isn't in Mario's dictionary. That's it, Mario. Careful now, don't drop her. Oh, you've done it now, Mario. For killing the baby penguin who would have gone on to end world hunger, you are sentenced to Googleplex years in prison.
Mamma mia!
That will give you plenty of time, Mario, to think about what you have done.
So, Mario went through the castle's front doors to find the princess. But Mario had forgotten that walking was a far easier method to enter buildings. Is this still a game? Or have we found reality? He fell down a hole, escaped from fantasy. I can't believe we never tried this way. I'm just a poor narrator. I've not even been paid. Because I talk a lot. Don't stop. Keep talking, never drop. Whatever's written down, I'll keep speaking. On and on, and on.